All right, everyone. Welcome back to Agrarian Skies. Today, we are going to get started on turning in some more quests. As you can see, I've made a few adjustments here. Not too many. As I said in the first video, my plan is to do the grindy, gathery things off camera, so you don't have to watch that. But make sure that nothing gets really done that's going to make for good, entertaining video if it's on camera instead. I, as you saw, was going ahead and making a lot of dirt over here, and I was sifting that to get some resources. I obviously got a little bit of sugar cane. Started with one, grew a few, and went ahead and just expanded until I have what you see now. I think I have 8 growing, it appears. And I also got a bunch of other seeds that we'll be using soon. But, and then there's some growing now. Our farm's growing well. What I did make off camera that I did not show is this watering can, which will grow a 3x3 area of essentially anything growable, including saplings, sugarcane, crops. It'll speed up the growing process. And to ensure I don't die, I went ahead and made this guy. This is Juicer. It is made using a stone block and a stone pressure plate. That's right. What's that? Wow, I don't even know what that is. Later, we'll get there. I made some display cases, oak shelves. I made some bookcases. We'll probably make more of those, but the recipes aren't going to be very important. They're more of a decoration than anything. I have an empty chest. I have some supplies found from sifting gravel. Some of these will be important in the next stage of growth. I have some random things over here, including food. Never want to be without food. Got a couple mana beans. They'll be useful later in Thumbcraft. So first we'll pop that back away. I don't think I'll need that today, so I'll drop that up on the shelf. As soon as the sun goes down, faster, maybe that's enough. We'll go to sleep, and we'll get started at dawn. Alright, so let's look at our quest book. A few things I want to get done today. I'll turn in the quests that I have ready. I'm going to make these real quick so I can show you what needs to be done with them. I caught a fish, so you don't have to watch me do that. I'm ready to turn this in momentarily. Turn in this guy. Not ready for that one yet. I need to make a bit of a spawning platform for bad guys. Not nearly ready for this. That's going to take a whole lot of sifting. And what's this? We're ready for that one too. I believe, yes, we got this one in here. We're going to make these and be on our way, getting into the Hell's Kitchen quest line. And was it for the hoarding? Oh, I can't quite make this because I need some supplies for that. But I will start making a couple barrels for storage purposes. And what else are we doing today? Ragging rights. Yes, the armor smith. I'm going to make the first set of armor to go with the armor smith stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I have some chests here that are very ugly and sticking to the side of my building. I want to get rid of them. So let's go in here, and I'm using them to store project stuff. Those of you familiar with Minecraft may have seen the patterns that these pieces of wood are in. So let's go ahead and craft a wooden helmet, a wooden chest piece, wooden pants, And wooden boots. So it's obviously not the whole set, but we're gonna move toward getting these done. Now those are done. I don't think there's anything I can do to make those unregister, so they'll just happily sit there until I finish out this whole set. I think leather, and I don't even know how to make the hardened leather. So that's going to be a little bit of searching. These I'm going to get to later, but for example, this vanilla lover is make a few of the less commonly made items in vanilla Minecraft. Mine Factory Reloaded is the same thing there. Blood Magic. Interior Decorator is used for... Actually, I thought it was all Bibliocraft stuff, but I guess it's from several different mods. I don't know. Maybe these are all Bibliocraft, but I don't recognize some of them. In fact, I'm pretty sure limestone is not part of Bibliocraft. Applied Energistics. I have never played with Applied Energistics, so that's going to be a whole bunch of learning. Alright, so what else do we have? We'll do the sifter next. And the sifter I have happily laid out here. Go ahead and make this guy. We need, for the sifter, a fishing net. And we need 2 planks and 2 sticks. We have 3 extra fishing nets. I'll show you what they could be used for, but I don't honestly find them very useful personally. The sifter here is similar to the sieve that we have been using, but it gets drops for the mariculture mod. That's essentially going to be drops, as far as I've found so far, of bait for fishing. Now, these can be used and placed over source blocks. Notice the name up there is wrong for some reason. Every so often, very, very rarely, a mariculture fish will be spawned right on top of here. So as I'm walking around up here, I can just check there to see if there's a fish waiting for me to pick up. But to be honest, I haven't actually found much use for the mariculture fish yet. I'm sure there's going to be a quest involving them, but at the moment, I have not a reason to go searching for them. Let's see what's next. This is the beginning of the Hell's Kitchen line. We'll make a mixing bowl. And as a Minecraft player, I'm assuming you already know how to make glass, so I didn't bother with putting that step on camera. If we make a ring of it, we have some bakeware. Let's go ahead and turn a couple of these in. Random reward bags. How about we just take the first one? Alright. That's unclaimed. I didn't grab that fish. We got that guy. I'll just grab everything out of this chest so far. Okay, now we have that, so we'll do the same thing, just select the first one. What else we got here? Okay, now I did do this part off camera, but I want to make sure it's on camera so you guys can see how to utilize some things in this mod. Now we had the hammer before, and I have used the hammer completely, so I'm going to make another one. This one I'm not going to make out of wood, I'll make out of cobble, because it'll last a little longer. What we can do with cobblestone is we can hammer it down to gravel. And then we can hammer that gravel down to sand, that sand to dust. That dust we can put through the sieve to get some extra drops. Let me show you what we can get out of there. You get all of this stuff out of there randomly. Now, as you can see, there's a low chance for some of the things. But when you put 200 to 300 through at a time in an automated system, you tend to get a few drops. So by having each of those in our inventory at one point, we can collect this quest. I'm going to go with the reward bag. Now, what's next? Ooh. So, you can also sift gravel in here. Gravel can give you these broken ores. What you can do with 4 of those is craft them into an ore gravel. And that is what is required for this quest. Now, what we could do with the ore gravel is pound it down into sand, using that same hammer we just used to bust the gravel itself down into sand. That'll give us some crushed iron ore, enough to make another block, but sometimes extra, so it's actually kind of handy to start higher up in the tree. Now we want to make a dust as well. So we'll hit the sand, and see how we got an extra one? That can help multiply your returns later. Depends on whether you want to do it this way, or if you sift the dust through the sieve, you can only get these pulverized ones. It's a give and take. Do you want to spend the extra time breaking down the larger pieces to hopefully get a little bit of extra, or do you want to just jump straight to the end product but never have that extra return? So we have this. Select the first one and claim a reward again. Alright. 3 of those. I'll go ahead and make a full heart here. And I have 4 lives remaining. We will pop this guy off here because that looks absolutely ugly. Have an extra pick. Doesn't look like that great of a pick. We'll see. Might use it, might not. Probably not. Ooh, 2 basic bags and 1 good bag. Okay, now we also did one of the quests in Hell's Kitchen. We got these. Now we need to be able to juice, so we need to make an apple juice. I'm gonna take our little juicer off the wall here, grab an apple, and to make juice we just put them in the crafting grid. Take that, pop it back on here, and that's all we need to do for the quest. Easy enough. Get a half-hard iron ingot and a reward bag. Alright, next we're going to make some tools for that, but soon. So, what do I have in this next chest here? Ah, yes. Okay, first and foremost, unload a little of this stuff. Until we have somewhere better to go with it, guess this will have to do. Some ores over here. Not sure where to go with blocks yet. I don't have many of them. I'll have to open these up shortly. 3 goods, 2 basics. Okay, not sure why that one didn't combine, but we could combine it and those won't combine. So, until we need him later, go ahead and pop him up there. Down here with the wood supplies, we can store these chests. And again, until we have something better for them, I'll just put them there. How many of these guys do we have? 2. I'm going to grab one of those and the half heart. And we have 5 lives remaining. And we'll go ahead and sleep through the night. Alright, just a little bit more to do, and then we'll go ahead and... oh, I know what I wanted some of that stuff for. So I need that. And I needed some dust. How many do I need? 3? Is 3 enough? Let's do 4, just in case. This is what I was alluding to earlier. We have these buckets that were filled up, barrels, excuse me, that were filled up with rainwater earlier. I'm just going to put some dust in there, and they turn into clay. It's actually kind of useful to us. I'll break this down just like regular clay. Don't have myself a shovel yet. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can make an unfired crucible and an unfired clay bucket. And we'll make that using some porcelain clay for the unfired crucible and just some regular clay for the bucket. Now I need 7 of the porcelain clay, which is just made with some bone meal and clay. And I have enough clay that I'll go ahead and make a couple buckets, just so we have some. And we'll do that. Now these are unfired. They're not very useful to us. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will fire them. Put that in there. Drink the apple juice. Sometimes I wish there was a fast forward button. There we go. Check this. When we had the unfired, we also did the second part by making a slab furnace and firing them. So grab another reward bag. 4 good and a basic. That's going to be fun to open up. It's like Christmas. So here's what we can do with the crucible. Crucible is a really interesting block. At least I think so. I'm going to do... I don't want to lose a clay. If I break one over the void, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's drop down here and do this. Ah, there we go. Need a block to place under there. I know losing a clay is really trivial in the grand scheme of things, but I can be a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes. Pop that there, give him a torch, and we'll put those guys back. Now we can take the crucible and pop it there. Crucible is currently getting warmed by that torch down there. So we can actually go ahead, put cobblestone in there, and if you look up top, you'll see that that cobblestone is currently being converted into lava. The logical physics behind this process of a single, infinitely burning torch down there, melting stone, boggles my mind. We will not discuss that any further. But just know that it works. Let's go ahead and, since we cleaned out our inventory, do this a little bit, because that's going to come in handy shortly. What we can do here is make 2 barrels. And because it's part of the quest, go ahead and make 1 upgrade. And I say these will be useful soon, because if you've played Minecraft before, you know that it doesn't take long to get more supplies than you can fit into a chest. I have flashbacks, horrible flashbacks of branch mining and having to store 8 and 9 double chests full of cobble. As I said, I can be a bit of a perfectionist. I try not to lose blocks if I can help it. But anyway, this here, this is a regular chest. This is, a regular barrel. This is a regular barrel. But now, Oh, no, give me that back. Put that on there. There we go. So right now they'll each hold 64 stacks. Now you see here, this one says it has 0 of 0 upgrade slots. This one has 1 of 1. So the next part of this quest, which is this guy, this storage upgrade will allow me to put, instead of the 64 stacks in this one, 128 stacks of something. Let's see. A single chest is 9 by 3, so that's 27 stacks. A double chest obviously doubles that, makes it 54 chests. This one block here will hold 128 stacks instead of 2 double chests, which will hold 114 stacks, taking up 4 blocks of space. This will let you compress things a lot. I haven't played with anything higher than the 128 stacks. I would assume it generally is going to eventually allow me a whole lot of extra storage, but we'll just have to discover that together. So let's see what else we can do here. I think we're back in learning to skyblock. So I did this guy. What else do we have? I need to make them. I think I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. I'd like to do this guy, but he's going to take a little while. Fluid storage. I have to say that I think the next thing to do is going to be Tinker's Construct. Now, Tinker's Construct is a mod that's going to allow the creation of some pretty powerful tools, and I don't know which upgrade it is in particular in this map pack that allows it, but via the use of those tools, we'll be upgrading their capabilities. As you could see, this has the pick of Splintered Dreams is skill level Clumsy, XP 42 of 300. I start Clumsy with all my tools, but by using them enough, this guy I've gotten up to Adept. As far as I've found, leveling up solely adds a chance of an extra modifier to your tool, and adds a free extra modifier slot, again as a chance, not a guarantee. So, it is in your best interest to use a tool and not fall over the edge and throw it into the void. But I mean, that's you know, kind of obvious. So, what we need to do for Tinker's Construct here... You know what? Why don't I go ahead and open my presents up first. Put the stone hammer in, put that guy in there. Okay, let's open our presents. We'll start with the basics. It's because, okay, a spiked axe. Repair material is cactus. I can't repair it yet. Okay, well, I got an axe. A hungry chest. Oh, that's a very nice tool from Thumbcraft. It acts similar to a vacuum hopper. If I put it on the ground, you know what? I'll just demonstrate shortly. Here, just demonstrate now. Where would we like this? How about we put him here? So cute. Question is, can I pick him back up? I don't remember. Okay, I don't need I was afraid that I was going to need a wand to pick him up, and I'm not quite there yet. Actually, we might be able to do that in an episode coming up soon, but I haven't gotten into the magic yet. I don't have any more racks on which to put this spiked axe yet, so we'll drop it in there. Let's open up our good bags. Interesting. 2 stacks of nether redstone ore. All right. A titanium fishing rod. All right. All right. Ooh, 8 amaranth saplings. Those are pretty trees. I'm glad we got that. That's nice. And okay, these are some of the mariculture fish, and yeah, I don't know what to do with them yet. I'm gonna have to look up what actually has to be done with them. We'll just tuck them in a chest somewhere and pretend that didn't happen. Okay, I'm gonna try to save those until I get a pickaxe that has fortune on it. I don't want to waste them if I can help it. Where am I putting my saplings? Oh, my saplings are in here. Yes. Sort the chest. There we go. Alright, so let's look here at what needs to be done for the Tinker's Construct. And then we'll take a quick break and I'll go ahead and start putting things together. So all of these are going to be based on the seared bricks. Now the seared bricks, there they are made by smelting grout in several ways. Looks like we can also, this is for later, but I'm curious. Ooh. That'll actually make things easier later. I was not aware I could make more smeltery parts through the smeltery. But what we'll do to get started with it is we'll make the grout. And grout is made 2 at a time with a gravel and a sand and a clay, not a block of clay, just a little piece of clay, or 8 at a time using 4 gravel, 4 sand, and a full block. The seared tank is 8 of them, and seared brick is 4. Forget exactly which pieces we need. I know we need a controller, and that's going to be 8 more of them. We need a drain, that's 6 more of them. We need the faucet, that's 3 more. So we need a bunch of them. Let me gather some supplies, and I'll be right back. We are back. It is the dawn of a new day, and I have all the supplies necessary to build our smeltery. It occurred to me while I was working that I missed another quest here. The Librarian. We can build a bookbinder rather simply. What was that? Woven cotton. I have to figure out what that does at some point. We can make a bookbinder like so, that we can store all of our other books in and read within. Personally, I have to say I'm more of a fan of this display method here, but that's a quest. So, in our task to claim all of the quests, reward. Tried to say reward and quest simultaneously. I guess request at least is a word. I have said far worse. And in our attempt to complete all of the quests, I will go ahead and make myself... Oh, we only have 3. I thought I had a 4th. I'll go ahead and make myself the bookbinder. So, we are over here with the smeltery. I set up a project chest again. This looks like a whole bunch of just random seared brick. But I'll get it sorted out for you. So what we need is a controller, the brain of the smeltery. We need a tank for storing the lava to do the smelting. We need at least a drain. This is how we get things out of the smeltery, or as it says, put things in, but I've never actually put anything in that way. When it comes to the point of this map or mod pack that we need to automate this, I'll probably have to learn how to do this as an input. I actually want 2 of them. It's not part of the quest, but I want them anyway. To go with those, we'll need faucets. We need to make a casting table as part of the quest. I personally also would like a casting basin. The casting table is going to be for making parts for tools and for getting ingots out of the smeltery. The basin will get a block at a time, so 9 ingots worth of iron, for example. And with the rest of these, we're going to go ahead and make bricks. And that should be enough to break down this ugly chest again. I would like it back, though. And we have a book called Mighty Smelting that will teach us the basics of smelting in the Tinker's Construct mod. You can see here the basic layout for making your smeltery. I will probably make mine look a little bit prettier. Various liquids you can use, how to make the grout, which we had to know before getting this far, so I'm not entirely sure why it gives you this here. Some basic recipes, how to make various things for the smeltery, and various things you can put in and get out. But I'm just putting that book away. But we're at the point where we can claim our reward. I want a slimy sapling. Slimy sapling will allow me to make some slime tools in Tinker's Construct. We'll deal with that later. Gave us a few extra blocks to play with. Gave us that other quarter of a heart. So I am going to use 4 quarters to make an entire heart. We have 6 lives remaining. We have enough bricks and blocks to make a smeltery. We have a couple new quests opened up. And we will be doing all of that next time. My plan for off-camera is going to be removing this safety fall here and actually going ahead and probably putting some stairs down and making a whole new level. I'm going to need a lot of room to work, and this island has started becoming cramped. In fact, just to get the supplies to make the smeltery, I had to cobble together a small generator here. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'll see myself out now. But that will be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I have been TrueCam. This has been Agrarian Skies. You have been awesome. Keep on gaming.